mixing, fixing for another big game. It's the coach, and this is the NFL on Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Named for the legendary coach and co-founder of the Bengals, here's a good look at Paul Brown Stadium on the riverfront in Cincinnati. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cincinnati Bengals. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Go. Timeout, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they come in at an early crossroads here, facing a tough opponent on the road where a loss would make them 0-3.
And when you start that way, doubts really start to creep into a locker room, and guys start to battle each other instead of worrying about winning games.
2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. Leading the charge under center will be their 6'5" quarterback, Carson Wentz.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. Offensive starters, here they are. David DeCastro, what do you think about him, Charles?
Brandon could not have been better trained at Stanford. So well schooled in the run game and the pass game, and especially in pro principles. David DeCastro could be an all-pro in the years to come.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. A look there at the starters on the defensive side of the ball. They were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. 12 yards on the return that time. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section. What the columnists write, possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
Now, after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll They'll drop the throw. He completes it to Tate. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Here now the offense for the Bengals.
Out of the backfield is Joe Mixon, and he was a valuable commodity coming out of the University of Oklahoma because of his ability to be so versatile. Can run it inside with power, gets to the perimeter and can outrun people, catches the ball not only out of the backfield, but you can split him out just like he would be a receiver. And I think if he wanted to dedicate himself, he'd be an all-pro kick returner.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On 2nd and 12, Wentz. That'll be caught at Steven Sims. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Steven Sims Jr., his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10.
18 Gator. Go.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. And we peek at the defense now for Philadelphia.
Fletcher Cox is a first-round pick who has fulfilled his promise. One of the best defensive linemen in the NFL.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the gun, a give to Mixon. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
60 Pittsburgh. Opposite. Yep.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wentz. That's into the hands of Pascal. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. From the gun, it's Wentz. Open man is Sims. He's got it. And he will get the first down as he's up to the 20-yard line. So that'll get him to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
We got this.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
A look at the numbers for Ross from last week. 5 catches, 57 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll run on first down. Mixon, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out. Because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
50, plant.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 13-yard line. A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Back to throw here. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
That's going to be caught by Ross. His first touchdown here of the new campaign as they are now on the board here in the first half. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now a carry for Sanders. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Snap coming at 1. Now Wentz. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield. That'll bring up 2nd down. Wentz. A good throw here, finding Pascal. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The Eagles on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage just come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To throw is Wentz. Looking for the ends. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
At the 22-yard line.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. 19 yards that time for number 19. On first down, Mixon takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. To throw, it's Wentz. And he finds his tight end, it's Ertz. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
51, 51. Watch the run, watch the run.
Wentz now on first down. Open man here, Sims complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. On first down, Wentz. This is intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for Bengals TD.
Pardon, I know it's hard to believe, but sometimes guys who are built with the dimension of linebackers can actually get lost from sight by the quarterback.
Well, they're usually not the tallest guys.
So, yeah, that allows them sometimes to kind of hide down in there, kind of get a little bit lower, and maybe he just never saw him. But, boy, he sure wishes he had. He picked it off and ran it all the way back for a touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Johnson's got it complete. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. From midfield, here's Wentz. Complete, it's Johnson. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll get started in the AFC, a game that all of a sudden has a whole lot of intrigue. Cleveland heading to Foxborough to take on New England. And it's the Browns who have the lead late in the first half. Odell Beckham, a touchdown reception. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they trail the visiting Buffalo Bills in that ball game. Josh Allen has a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. The Panthers seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Bengals set to take over. Last week they defeated the Broncos, and they've got the lead here as well as they work with a 1st and 10.
Ready to break. 52 by 52. Army. Let's go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
This is Mixon on the draw. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll keep it on the ground. Mixon, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. Now the Bengals defense readies as they head onto the field. And a big reason they've got the lead here in the second half, they have been swarming to the football and laying some big hits.
Yes, this is not the woodwinds or the string section at all in the band, is it? Straight percussion, and you can feel the thumps all the way up here. Doing a great job putting themselves in the right spot to make those types of plays.
We got a chance to see some of those thumps. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. A throw out wide caught by Pascal. 2 yards, good enough for a first. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill out the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. The throw taken in by Sims. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
First down, Philadelphia.
Here we go. Waiting. 55. Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
They go back to the ground with Sanders. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. From the gun, a run for Johnson. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. We saw this a lot in the 1st half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Yeah, they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon, and down he'll go at the 25.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And they'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A couple of 1st downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. He's got his man. This is Tate. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
90, Wolf. Rock.
On 2nd down now, Mixon. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Go! Get that ball! Mike 52. Not today, you are.
They'll keep it on the ground. Mixon, and he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. They have the 1st down with that gain of 4 yards.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the third quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the fourth. On second down, Mixon. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 38. Now the Bengals on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Of 8 there.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On second down now, Mixon. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. And the Bengals on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll drop the throw. And Tate's got it. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Auden Tate. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
To throw again on second down. Wentz dancing to his left. He'll try and run it. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time, and that'll bring up second down.
Let's put that team on the front.
Now Wentz. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it'll bring up third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. He gets this one to Johnson. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. Early it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now all of a sudden the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credit that they kept their confidence, because sometimes when you get stuffed big in the running game early, especially for an entire half, it really makes you retreat a little bit, but not this group. They always have the confidence. If they just get their assignments down, they would get in sync with their runners, and off they went.
They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. On the delay, it's Mixon. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They'll keep it on the ground. Nixon. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Meanwhile, in Foxborough, there in the 4th quarter. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Drew Lock, 2 touchdown passes to lead the way. Throwing on first is Wentz. Screenplay, Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Now Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. The Eagles indeed snap it. Wentz. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs and team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 2nd and 5. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Looking to throw again on second down. Wentz caught by the tight end Ertz. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. Throwing now is Wentz. He finds his man Johnson. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up second down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. Here's Wentz to throw. Underneath for Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Oh, and the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because the play, you did it, I had to.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. One final try now for Wentz. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you said baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for Cincinnati, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile,